welcome everybody. We are on our next session for the Brandon Sanderson lecture series. We are doing lecture number 10 this week. It's called How Publishing Works. So I'm going to find my banner really quick. There we go. So that people coming in will know what's going on. I'm going to let Esther and Becca introduce themselves really quick for people who are going to be coming in, watching on the replay and whatnot, so that you'll know who we are, and then we'll go into a little bit what we're doing, do a little pre-chat, and then we'll jump right in. So, Esther, you want to take it away?
Yeah, I can do that. Avatar Esther here. Hi, I'm Esther Marie Andujar. I'm a Puerto Rican writer aspiring to be a hybrid career author. I usually write under the fantasy umbrella, and I do write contemporary, spicy short romances under a secret pen name. And yeah, hopefully Sam will stop barking. I don't know. I'm doing my manager's vacation, so I have been the entire day away. So she is very needy. She's like doing everything that she never does. And I'm like, I don't have the energy for this. Can you behave? So
She
So
wants
I
your
do
attention.
apologize if at some point you hear her bark.
Fine.
Becca.
Yeah.
My name is beccacsmith, and I am an indie author, but I am soon to have my first traditionally published novel come out in February. So I'm actually kind of curious what he's going to say, because we were talking about this backstage about like we don't know or I mean maybe you guys do. I haven't seen this because I know sometimes Esther you watch ahead, but I don't. I'm not like because it's how publishing works. So it's kind of like, is this going to be something that we already know, or who knows? Maybe we'll get like a tidbit from it that will be like, ooh.
Yeah.
I
Um,
haven't watched it, so I
okay.
don't know.
Okay.
Also, is Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that he's gonna say that we have to be like, well, that's because it's you, dude. That's not standard, but okay.
Because that's the thing about publishing is that everybody's story is so different. I mean, it's true in the
Yeah.
entertainment industry too, like actors, writers, like anything. It's just everyone's road to success in that sense, like in a sort of whatever way it's always a different story. I mean, I'm sure there's generalized
Yeah.
advice you can give, but like, yeah, so we'll find out. I'm curious.
Yes, I'm curious too. I'm the vixenoffiction. You're here on my channel. I stream here on YouTube. I also stream over on Twitch, which I will be back on Twitch this month. So you can follow me and hang out with me over there. A lot of us are for the month of November doing some writing challenges. It's a big writing challenge month for a lot of people. So uh, I will be back on all of the things, trying to do all the things and trying to like really get focused and get back into writing because my writing this year has been meh. I think it started off strong and then it just kind of like dropped off because life things kind of just like exploded in a good way. So I've
Yeah.
been more focused on life things, but I do need to buckle down and get back into the
You
writer
don't
side of
need
things.
to, you want
I
to.
want to. I want to get, that's right. We talked about this. I want to get back into
Yes.
the writer thing and get focused. Yeah, because I've been feeling some kind of way about it every time I pull out my work, and I'm like, not going to call it that it hasn't been productive writing. It has been productive. I just want to get into a good writing flow, and
Mm.
so that I feel like it's what I want to be doing. So I'm excited for this month because I feel like it's gonna hopefully be a little bit of a reset for me that way going into the new year. Oh my gosh, can you believe we'll be going into the new year? So hopefully going into the new year, I'll be ready to hit the ground running. I have so much stuff ready that I just need to just like get my head in the game. Kind of, you know how you just like I just need to
Mm-hmm.
get my head where it needs to be so I can get these things that are pretty much ready, get them out there and not feel like, oh, I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't ever want to feel like I'm just throwing
Yeah.
something out
Yeah.
which is what I'm doing right now because I'm not really focused on getting it where it needs to be to go out. Because I'm like, well, it's done, I guess. And then I want to be like, no, no, I
Yeah.
need to be like, it's how I want it. It's ready. Let's do it. So I'm excited. That's why I'm really excited. I've been doing these. I don't know what we're gonna learn on this publishing one. So guys, with this one, we're gonna watch number 10. It's how publishing works, and then the next one, lecture 11, is I think it's something like what publishing does for you or something like that. So we might not watch that one live. So because that's kind of like where we're already at. So, but I am curious as to what he has to say about it. So the next one we might do might be lecture 12, which is um, beginnings and endings and beginnings. So we'll see what we think. But I feel like when it comes to publishing, there are things that are, and then there's what happens, how our individual stories that take place with the things that are. There's certain things that are when it comes to publishing, and that changes as time changes, so things that used to be aren't anymore, and things are ever evolving with the explosion of indie and then with the explosion of other things, you know um,
Yeah.
for better or for worse. So there are things that are ebbing and flowing. So I'm curious to what Brandon has to say about this, especially since the last couple of years he's done a huge Kickstarter, and so I wonder if that will has
Yeah.
any effect on what he thinks about how publishing works. So, and
I
he's
mean,
also has some stuff going on with the Audible and all of that good stuff. So,
Mhm.
at this point, he turns into his own publisher.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
a hybrid
they've got
publisher.
Dragonsteel, they've got their own things. So,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean
I
he's like a really good example of a hybrid, someone who hybrid publishes. He does indie and he does traditional. So,
yeah.
and he
So
made
I'm
way more money on his indie than he did ever in his.
which is
I mean, he said that like, well, but makes sense too because it was
yeah,
like what he got like $60 million for that Kickstarter. Yeah,
right?
I'm ridiculous.
I got it.
Oh, me
Got
too. They're
Yeah.
on my shelf. They're on my shelf. So I'm not
I
like, yeah,
I
I got them
didn't,
immediately. But
but
the
I
point
also
is,
understand how is that possible because he produced what traditionally publishing will have produced in 4 to 5 years. He did it in a single year,
yeah,
and it's like
and he said he's
most of it
never
was
made,
already done.
but he said
yeah.
he's never made anywhere anything close to that traditionally on any of his books traditionally than he
That's
did
wild.
on that
Yeah,
Kickstarter.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
wild.
I never have checked what his deals go for, but I don't feel like it would have been news if he got like a 6 or 7 figure deal, and I don't recall ever seeing any news like that.
Yeah, I don't think he does, but now it's like, which is one of the reasons why he kind of wanted to test the theory. Like, hey, what if I did a Kickstarter and see how much and it's like, holy crap! Like,
Yeah, and we are all like, yeah, let's go. It's very
Yeah,
exciting, especially when you hear that the books are ready. You've got 4 books ready. What?
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
and I
And
do. I
he's
love.
like,
I've said it
and
before. I
he's
love
like
trash.
still like, I'm gonna be nice enough to not pay to get out of contract with Tor and let you keep putting my
Yeah.
other books.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's
So
pretty incredible.
yeah, so I'm curious. I'm excited
Yeah,
to see what he has to say. But again, guys, we might skip 11. We are well into November, and then December starts getting dicey.
yeah,
So we might skip
that's true.
11 and go right to 12. But at some point, no, even if we skip it, I will definitely be watching it.
Yeah,
Because I'm kind of addicted to these.
I know. There's
They're
so
good
few
for
left.
listening to.
Yeah,
All right, so let me get the timer up. So for anybody who's coming in and wants to do this along with us, the way that this works, if you're curious, we are not showing Brandon's video. Go to Brandon's YouTube page to watch the video. This is for accountability because otherwise we might not watch it. and sit down and take notes and watch it. I would watch it as a podcast and just be listening and
Yeah.
just gleaning stuff here and there. But this is the first time I've ever sat down with my notebook
Yes.
and taken notes. And so that's what we're doing. So this is basically for us to be accountable. And if you want to be accountable with us, to
Yeah.
see that we are actually here doing the thing, we are taking this like if we were taking his class. So we have our notebooks out. We are not allegedly running around washing dishes and playing with our dogs, Sam, and doing other things. We're actually trying to actually take notes. Of course, if our fur babies want our attention, they will get it.
Yes.
Our fur babies always get our attention.
Of course. Even at
so
3 a.m.
Yes, exactly. So this is for accountability, just so that we can make sure we actually do it. So if you're in with us, go ahead and click on the link. It's in the description, and it is also pinned in the comments, where the link to Brandon Sanderson's YouTube page is. If you want to, if anything stands out to you, she said, I mean, I can't pet Sam and watch. Yes, we can. We can pet the fur babies and watch. Just put note in the comments if there's anything that stands out for you that you want us to know about, and then you can put a timestamp if you want to, and then just kind of a little bit of what it was that stood out to you. And we'll be doing that periodically. I will try to remember to do that, but mostly I'm in here in my notebook, writing down everything I can write down. Exactly. No, pets are always the exception. Absolutely. So we are going to be watching the video at regular speed. My timer on the screen is at regular speed. You can watch it faster if you want to, and then just join us back when we get to, I think this one is, how long is this one?
1:15.
1:15. When we get to 1:15, we'll be done. So if you do watch at a faster speed, you'll be able to look at the timer here and see where we're actually at in the video. Or if you got to take a bathroom break or a dinner break, which I will be taking a dinner break. So I will be off camera while I'm eating. That way, if you get behind or need to speed up or anything, you'll know where we're at. So that's basically the gist of it, guys. I did actually lose the video. I'm about to find it. There it is. All right, found it. I have 90 million tabs open. If you know me, you know. But I have found the video. So we're gonna start. Don't skip his intro. He's gonna do a little intro at the beginning. That's included in the timer. Okay, guys. So if we are ready, in 3, 2, 1. That's me getting ready to hit the play, but I lost it. In 3, 2, 1. See you back on the other side of the video. All right. Did everybody finish the video?
Yes.
All right. Let me drop
Yeah.
this down.
I even sneak in 13 minutes of the next one.
Congrats.
I needed to move it to 1.5 because just normal speed, I was like nodding
Can't
off.
do
I'm
it.
like, yeah, I can't. I can't listen to normal speed.
That's funny.
I will be
All right.
asleep.
Since you got the sneak peek of the next one, what do you think, Esther? Should we do the next one for our next session, or do you think we can move on to the last one?
This one, I think it depends on what path of publishing you want to go with. Because there's, there's some things like, if anyone has been like researching both indie and trad, they most of the time you do come to the conclusion that the best is to like target by book and not just go all in trad or all in indie, because it's just like it always depends on the book nowadays. um so it kind of like the few things that he has said, because he's still on the agent talk in
Yeah.
this section, if in kind of like small presses and what he will what he recommends if you're gonna do trap bob versus indie. It very much feels like, one, look at your book, and two, hybrid is always gonna be better than anything else because of the current landscape. Like you, there's we are not in the time that you can just sit and write your books and your publisher will do everything else.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
just not the reality at all.
Mm-mm.
So since that is not the reality, you do have to look at your product, aka your book, and understand the market enough to know which path will be the best, will reap you the most benefit to you as an author. Um, and I mean, the other thing is like, I mean, if you want to learn how to, the other thing is like how to break in nowadays, pitching books and things like that. So I feel like if someone wants to
I feel like I can watch it
learn
on my own. I don't.
the yeah, the general gist, it feels like the general gist is for a lot of like new people.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and I
It
feel
doesn't
like
feel like there's
honestly,
something new.
like what we set out to do was sort of to, you know, use this for our writing techniques and see
Yeah.
what we could think.
Yeah.
So because we kind of already have our own paths of what we all four of us, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. We've
And
kind of sussed it out with doing sort of a how the doing both trad and indie is going to
yeah,
work for us.
and we've
Yeah.
been publishing for years, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm okay with skipping it and going to the last one if you guys are. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly, those publishing, the publishing videos are very much for the students that he has,
yeah, I get that
newbies.
because I could see like if I was taking his class, like it would be because I wanted to publish something and I wanted to get it, you know, and so those classes I'd be like, oh my god, I can't wait for those classes, you know, because you like think,
Yeah.
oh, this is how I'm going to do it, you know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I kind of got the feeling of that when he first started. He did like a really slim down run through of how we got how we he got to where we're at.
mm-hmm.
Um and so I thought that I found that was kind of interesting. I kind of like going over the history of things, and it's not perfect because he's looking at it through his lens, and I think I would say they had a very interesting thing that was happening, particularly with that group of people that were coming up with him in that
Mhm.
area, because we do have a lot of sci-fi fantasy writers that come from that kind of Mormon background and that area. I mean, there was a
Yeah.
whole handful of them, and they just kind of blew up very popular around this period that specifically that he's talking about, especially, and I think it was more niche towards Tor, because somebody else was
Mhm.
saying that. I was reading some of the comments, and y'all were talking about, Becca. You said where you were at, sci-fi was
But
big, and other people
it's
were
not
like,
where
it's
I was
not
at
really.
because it's the New York Times bestseller list, and he
Yeah,
was saying that they didn't make prestigious lists back then, and that's not true. Like, that's just not true.
Mm-hmm.
So I
yeah,
don't know why he said that. Maybe he was just kind of going through it and just being like, and this and that, blah blah blah, and
yeah.
like
Okay.
I
generalization.
mean, he also did mention that he was just talking about like series, not single books.
No, he said sci-fi fantasy. Like he lumped it as one big group. He may have
Hmm.
meant that, but he
Yeah,
lumped it all in one.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like another popular Mormon who's now been canceled is, Orson Scott Card. But
Mm-hmm.
Ender's
yeah,
Game made the New York Times bestseller list in 1985. So him saying the 70s and 80s were just not for the cool lists, like, sci-fi and fantasy didn't make the prestigious lists like New York Times and everything like that, is just, it's not true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But I mean, I maybe his point was something else, like, and I just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I just didn't get what he was trying to say. I was just
I
hearing it
think he
literally.
glows over everything too fast, and he didn't
yeah,
That
explain.
may be it.
Cause also,
yeah.
cause
Because
also,
I think,
and this is a different kind of view. I don't see the New York Times bestseller as a prestigious
It is
list.
yeah,
though. It is.
It's a ranking list, but it's not
But it is
a
considered
award
that. Like,
winning
yeah, but it is
list.
considered. I mean, it is considered the top tier. Like, that's it. Like, you make New York Times and you made it. Like, that's
yeah,
how people see it. Whether it's true or not is a whole other issue.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And I didn't take it as an all or none, like there were absolutely none.
right.
Because with anything, there's always some, but
Yeah.
I don't think it was like,
I just
I
took
said,
them
where
literally,
they,
and
yeah,
maybe that's
where
it.
they, I think where what's, um, Wheel of Time, when that kind of blew up, all of a sudden everybody wanted to be doing that and writing that. And so
Right,
it kind
Mm-hmm.
of
right.
like there might have been one or two writers here and there over the years. There obviously there weren't zero, but it wasn't
It
what,
was a big. I mean, I
yeah,
gotta say, like, I don't think that that's. I just think that he got it wrong a little bit, and like, because he
yeah,
was even talking about blockbuster movies, and he's right about Jaws being the first, but then he was mentioning Godfather, which was 2 years before it, and so it's like, no, you were right about Jaws, like that
yeah,
was the beginning of the blockbuster, but now you're lumping in
Yeah.
movies that were not blockbusters.
Blockbusters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
and it's like, okay, and again, I think that's just getting in front of a classroom and teaching, and you're not thinking that this is
Mm-hmm.
going to be like forever on a YouTube video that people are going to like listen to and watch and be like,
and
wait
we're
a
gonna
minute,
And
like,
what?
have
yeah,
time. Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that's not
Yeah.
the right order of that, and yeah,
And
because
I with this with lessons, like watching these lessons. It feels like when he wants to like plow through something, he
yeah,
just overly simplify things
yeah, that's
to
yeah,
another
the
thing that,
extent that
yeah,
he is slightly off
right,
too
yeah,
consistently.
yeah, yeah,
It
that's
is like
exactly it.
you
Like,
are kind of like an inch away of the right thing.
yeah, yeah, that's it. That's
yeah.
it. Because it's like he named like the blockbusters, but then he put in the
Mm-hmm.
Godfather, and you're like, why
And
did
it's
you
like you
do
didn't have to
that?
add that because that one's not right, not that
It's
one.
okay. Like, it's a great movie, and it should have been a blockbuster, but
Yeah.
it's just
It's more like a cult classic
yeah,
now.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it was Best Picture. It was a huge movie, but like
Mm-hmm.
the age of the blockbuster was created by Jaws. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
and he was right. Like, that is 100% true. It's
Yeah.
just like you said, it gets like so la la la, and then it's,
Yeah.
you're like, wait a minute, slow down, slow
Like
down.
slow down, Brandon.
Yeah.
Um,
Which I am guilty of. Like, oh my god, I know when I get excited about something or I'm on a topic or whatever, I mess things up all the freaking time.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like,
or misname something and think, oh man, I
yeah,
said that when I meant to say
oh my
this, but
god,
then
yes,
it's gone, and then it's gone. It's like it's too late
yes.
already.
And then later you're like, oh my
Why
god, I
did
can't
I?
believe I said that. And his is filmed, so he's stuck with it. Like,
Yeah.
Like we see you forever, Brandon.
I know. He's like, damn it.
But gist
Oh,
I
of it,
mean,
we get what you mean. But we get
yeah.
the gist of
Yeah.
it.
But
It
yeah,
was someone who loves history. I would have loved if it was just a lesson of the history and kind of
yes,
like
Hmm.
actually bite into it and chew into it and kind of like how those criticism and how like people pretty much put pride behind books kind of like made a
Hmm.
divide
yeah,
that's still prevalent in
yeah,
2025.
yeah,
It
Oh yeah.
has shifted in genres, but it's still very prevalent.
yeah.
There's still people who are like, oh, that's not literature. And I'm like,
Hmm.
sorry, I am not using verbose vocabulary.
Yes.
Right.
And it's very true when even when he was talking about how something started out as a bunch of fans,
Mm-hmm.
writing about this, that, and the other, and then it just blew up into the next thing because as they grew up and got older and how it morphed and it reminded me very much of what we've seen more in a more modern time, how we've watched what used to be teen books in the 90s in the 2000s was YA, and then
Mm-hmm.
all of these YA readers now become adults, and it's just like, we need something else because um, we can't make YA be what you adult reader need right now. And so now you're trying to adultify YA to
Right.
fit you because
Also, there
we don't
is
want to make new adult because why can't that be a thing? I don't
I
know.
mean, they're making
Yeah.
it. There's been now a lot of news about all these
I heard
Mhm.
different
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
publishers
but
opening
look how
prints
long
for
it's
new
taken. We've
adults.
Oh, I
we've been
know.
talking about new
I
adult now
mean,
for a decade,
Yeah.
and
I
they've been
I
fighting
do
it and fighting it.
know. I do know the biggest problem with that was bookstores because bookstore
Not
didn't want
shelving it.
it to make a
Yeah.
space for new
I
adult,
could
and
see
that
that
stopped
because,
track.
man, when you got like your sections down, you're like, you want me to add another one? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also wanted to point out that we also have seen, I mean, we saw it, I will say, sometime in the 2010s, and we're seeing it again. Writers who started in fan fiction, who have migrated to original, and are either indie or got a trap pop deal.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And kind of like, a lot of them are in the YA sphere, and it's like very interesting. Again, it's like any art in media, it's very much made by nerds for nerds.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like, and then this business people just want our money, want
Yeah.
our talent and our money.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's good. I'm glad he went through how publishing, how you've got the publisher, the associate publisher, the editorial director, the editors, and what the editors are in trad publishing versus what we think of just our
Yes.
line editors and our copy
Yeah.
editors that we
Mm-hmm.
use as
Copy editor.
indie,
Yeah.
so that people can start understanding that there's a difference. And then the girl who raised her hand, she says, "I do because I am a copy editor." And he's like, "Yes, you do."
Yeah.
Um, because you're so that you can get a better understanding, especially
Yeah.
for the students that are going into it. They're like, I need an editor, but also I need an editor. Like
Yeah.
you're how they separate out and what you're actually
Yeah.
looking for and who you're going to. He's like, you don't sell the book to the publisher. So you
Yeah.
run into one, don't come read my book. No,
Hey!
they don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, no.
And I would have loved it. He would have like explained like the editor that acquires your book. It's pretty much what in indie publishing is like a dev editor. Like they
Hmm.
edit you the content of your book, and once that is nailed down, if they sometimes they do, and sometimes they just send it to another editor in house, or they outsource it to do the copy line, and then it goes to proofread, which is like I think that's the section where we learn is past pages, kind
Yeah.
of situation. And I would have loved it. He would be like, you know, you talk to one editor, but your book is gonna get seen by other editors with different stages, and that it's like funded by the publisher. When you're indie, you have to fund that if you want to do all those stages.
Yeah.
Yeah. and he did go through how a little bit at least how different things are and how
Mm.
the good and the bad of what's happened with the there's so fewer indie or small bookstores, and now we have the big. So there are pros and cons to it, and so he went over to where it was good, and then of course where it's bad, and it's like this is the part of that ebb and flow, how things are just going to be changing, and yeah, anything that he says now in a year or two, it's going to be completely different. It's changing so fast right now.
Yeah.
um
And anything that works for him is not gonna work for anyone else
Yeah.
because he has a name and a fandom and years
Yeah.
to bargain with.
Absolutely.
Uh, this is why I have a few acquaintance that are writers that every time they kind of like, but this author did it. I'm like, they've been published in the 70s.
yeah.
You barely have beta readers for your first book. How the heck are you comparing yourself
Yeah.
with someone who has been publishing before you were even a thought?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, you're doing yourself a disservice. And
Yeah.
this is why I'm like, it's great to listen to people to Brandon, but also you need to realize none of us have the leverage that he has, and it will take
Mhm.
us
Hmm.
years to get that leverage, and our leverage will be different than his.
Yeah.
Yep. And he he went over a little bit about how something he explained, especially the young guy that asked the question. He goes, "You can't do that." He goes, "I did, but you're not going to be able to do that," and
Yeah.
just explaining why. And it's very true, and we find out with just about everything nowadays. If they see somebody make the powers that be, the big people with the money, once they see someone making money from something, they try to take. They're like, "Oh, nope, we're gonna do that." So a lot.
Yeah.
Brandon's like with his Dragonsteel, when they were doing those the books, if you want to get those fancy designer leatherback books.
Mm-hmm.
So he was doing that, and now it's a thing. Um,
Yeah.
so he's like got control of his audiobooks. Now you can't get control of your audiobooks because they're like,
Mm-hmm.
no, they said they see he's doing it. We could have made that money, and that's how they see it, that we could make that money. And
Mhm.
it's kind of like you can either take it with us or leave it, and you're on your own.
Yeah.
Um, if you don't want to do it, and it's so hard unless you're a Brandon Sanderson or a Stephen King to say,
Mm-hmm.
fine, I'll leave it and I'll do it on my own. If you're a Brandon Sanderson or a Stephen King or something like that, you can do that if
And to be
you're
honest, a man.
Yeah. I mean, you do have to be able to do those type of negotiations because I don't know if she still has that up, but the Courtney Project did a live, and she got to like talk a little bit of how she got her publishing deal, and it
Mhm.
was pretty much they reach out to her, and she knows her numbers,
Yeah.
and what they
Mhm.
offered, she's like, I already made that.
Mhm.
You're offering money that I already made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to offer me a lot more.
Yeah.
And by the time, even if I don't get it, by the time the year ends, I know I will double the money that I already got from this book. And you're
Mhm.
not offering me anywhere near anything like this. It's not a business for her to sell her rights.
Yeah.
And then they went back, and then when they come back, they really offer her like enough
Because they
money
just
that
want to
she's
make their
like,
money back.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
when she can show them you're going to make your money back and you're going to make a profit, they're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
yeah,
And
and
they're willing to negotiate.
she's coming with an audience and a fan base, so
Yeah.
she knows
exactly,
without you, this is what I can do.
Yeah, she doesn't
mm-hmm,
need you. Exactly.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, and also she doesn't need the public. Like she already knows how to do social
Mhm.
media. She has a very
Mhm.
engaged reader group. Like
Yeah. And she said
so
she's
engaged when she
looking at saying,
deviates, they're like, no, no, girl, go back to your lane.
Yeah, but she even said that she treated that book exactly the same as all her other books.
Yeah,
Hmm.
So,
yeah.
yeah, I like
Also,
that.
it does help because that was part of a collab that she
Yes,
did,
yes, like
and
collective, whatever.
that was what 2024 release. I
Or I think it
think
was this year. I thought it was this year. No?
I
Yeah, it was.
think
It
this
was.
year was the rebrand.
Oh yes, yes. Like you mean when
Yeah,
she originally?
yeah, the
Yes.
original one.
No, you're right. That was about a year ago. I
So
think.
I was like, so when she was talking, I'm like, that makes sense because you already got so much sales on this book
Yep.
over a year ago,
Hmm.
and then they are offering you like the same thing you already got. Like that's
Yeah. You're like,
stupid.
I can already
That
get
doesn't
that
make
thing.
sense.
Yeah.
But again, you need to have something to negotiate. And when
Hmm.
you're
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
you have to have that
debut
leverage.
author, yeah, when you're a debut author, you have nothing
No.
to negotiate.
Yeah.
You, whether you're indie or trot bob, you do gotta pay your dues to just to show off that you got the shops and the retention,
Yeah.
basically.
Hmm. Yeah, and just he also just reiterating that when you're indie, you need to have be publishing those books, getting those books out, and
Yeah.
kind of that rap it. And I think the 6 weeks isn't exactly rapid release, but it is pretty quick, especially if you're
Hmm.
going to be doing a full length novel. Because on his side, he's talking sci-fi and fantasy. So
Yeah.
for sci-fi and fantasy, you're getting a decent sized novel every 6 weeks.
I don't know
It's
That's
anybody
rough.
that does
tough.
that. I
It's
know
Yeah.
people. I know romance people do that, but I don't know anyone in the sci-fi fantasy realm that does that. Do you guys know
Yeah.
anybody?
Uh,
I mean for
yeah,
code Epic I don't know, I have not seen it
Yeah.
yeah.
more than
I
twice a year.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Cozy,
I've
I've
seen
seen
someone.
it
Or
Yeah,
even
I've
three
every
seen
three
times a
someone.
year.
months.
I've seen
Yeah,
like 2 or 3
yeah.
times a year for sure.
That
Okay.
I see more.
Yeah.
Um,
But six
in the
weeks?
sci-fi. Ooh, you know what? How did the murder bots come out? How fast were those?
But the, but those
But
are
they were short.
shorter.
They're short.
They're short. Okay.
They're
I
short though.
do see it on the like more cozy fantasy section of the fantasy
Hmm.
genre.
Okay.
Those are uh, either one every 3 months at the very least, and those are usually when you kind of like see the pages, they're probably anything between 55 to 70K
Yeah, I would say
words.
that.
But then the ones that you can see monthly or every 6 weeks are like 30, 40, maybe
Hmm.
50K.
Yep, I would agree with that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Romans are the ones who are like crazy
Really, yeah,
monthly
but
or every
monthly,
other week.
weekly, some weekly. But
Yeah.
he also said that his
That
friend that did
boggles
it,
my
she had.
mind.
I
He said
know.
that his friend that did it, she had all her books written, and
True.
so, and that's the other thing.
Well,
And
yeah. If
took
you spend like a couple of years,
years, just
exactly.
like I'm just gonna get them ready, and then boom, be ready, ready to go, 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 go. Yeah,
But still no guarantee because it's still about getting it out of the, you know, pile, and that still
yeah,
takes
Yeah.
marketing and ads and everything like that. And there's no guarantee that just because you publish 40,000 books doesn't mean that any of them are going to sell.
yeah.
So
And
just, yeah.
that's where he got into how where indie how you used to be able to make so much money because you're making that money off your own book. Now even if you're putting your books on Amazon, they're still taking the same portion as if it were
Yeah.
being printed. And then if you want any boost, you're now putting money back into them, either with Amazon or with Meta. You've got to pay a portion of that $2 that you get.
Hmm.
It's got to go out to buy more ads. So
Hmm.
your $2 is just shrinking, shrinking, shrinking.
Yeah. But but with the quantity of books helps, especially if you're in KU, because
Hmm.
I've been reading all over the place in romance, and then I found myself in the later in life section, and I have seen this divide of like full length of coming monthly, which I'm like, how? But
Full length.
whatever.
They have to
Yeah,
have those
full
ready.
length. I hope so. Because I'm like, I hope so. And then there's other people that their full length, they divided in sections. So they are
Mm-hmm.
ranking in the 2 hour short romances in the later in life, but it is a full story just in parts
In 4 parts
and
or something.
in
Yeah.
4 or 6 parts. And
Right.
when you average out, they're full length. They're like 65, 70, 70K, 80K novels that is just divided in like strategic ways, and they go out weekly. So you read it, and then you're like, I need the next one, and you read the
Mm-hmm.
next one, and you're like, now I need the next one, and you,
Yeah.
that
But
that
again,
click,
putting it into the people that want to actually think it'll actually read it. It's
yeah,
really hard to get people
Yeah.
to read the dang books. I mean,
Yeah.
that's true. It's just being seen as hard
yeah,
Yeah.
nowadays.
it's just so much oversaturation to get above that waterline. It takes a
Mm-hmm.
lot. And again, he's right. You have to rely on going viral, like on a TikTok or Instagram or something like that, or
Yeah,
ad dollars. And a lot of people
Yep.
don't have ad dollars
And you
because,
gotta learn how to master that SEO, which is
yeah, the
mm-hmm.
keywords and
another
everything.
beast.
Exactly, and they change all the fucking
Yep.
time. So
Yep.
sorry, didn't know me
True.
to swear.
Oh, no, you're fine. We're way past the first minute. I think we're good.
All right.
We
But yeah,
get it.
yeah, it's hard, but we chose this. So what are we gonna
Yes, we
do?
did.
This is why we shouldn't watch these lectures. We just need the creative,
I just want
wonderful,
the
like
fun, be creative,
character
build your
world
world. It's
building.
fun. Create your characters.
We don't need to talk about the
Now,
business.
this is how hard publishing is.
Yeah. Stop
Yeah.
Good
talking,
luck.
Shannon. Yeah. Yeah. Let's skip the next one and go straight to or I guess
Beginning,
Yeah.
the last one.
endings. Yeah, the last one. Endings and beginnings.
That
So
sounds
we'll be.
wonderful to me.
It does. All right. So
Especially
I
we'll be.
since
agree.
it's like the November month where people are doing a bunch of writing, challenges. So I think
Yes.
it's perfect for that.
Yeah, it's a perfect way to end it off. All right. So we will be back in 2 weeks on Monday. Same time, 7 o'clock, guys. We're going to be doing the lecture number 12. It's already posted if you want to hit the notification bell. I like that we actually have some people kind of like watching along with us, so that was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and some people have been watching on the replays. I've been noticing the numbers ticking up. I'm like, oh, people are like, I'm like, it's
Nice.
just one long thing. You can just fast forward,
Yeah.
go watch the
Yeah.
lecture and fast forward.
Yeah. Or
Sarah's
sometimes it's
chatting
just
about it.
nice when you can watch it, like even if it's repeat. It's like just watching it with somebody. So
Yeah, so you
Mm-hmm.
feel like, okay, I'm being accountable. I'm not watching this alone.
yeah.
And then you get to hear other people's thoughts on it. So
Yeah.
that's our thoughts. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But a lot of stuff that we already knew, but I did like kind of his little history rundown.
Yeah.
It was kind of
Even
fun.
if
Yeah,
it
it's
was
funny.
inaccurate.
Yeah, even if he threw in
A couple
the
a couple
Godfather,
slingers in there, yeah. You're like, yeah, okay.
you're not gonna get any movie stuff past Becca. Just FYI.
It's not bad. It's just honestly,
No.
I probably wouldn't be as alert for it if he hadn't have said all that stuff about Star Wars. I think it was in the first or second lecture that was incorrect. And
Yeah.
I was like, "Ugh."
It's like,
So now I think my
no.
brain just listens
Yeah,
to
your
it.
brain's looking for it. Your brain's ready.
No,
Got one.
you're
Got one.
wrong. But again, I totally get it because you're in front of a class, and so I do stuff like that too, where you're just like you start talking, and then later you're like, "Oh, why did I say that?"
Yep. So this was good. This has been fun. I'm looking forward to the next one. And we'll be around, guys. If you are writing, you need someone to write with. A bunch of us will be on various writing streams. Are you going to be doing any with Stig this month, Becca?
Yeah, I am doing one tomorrow at 10 a.m. my time. So what is that? 10, 11, 12, 1 p.m.
1 or 2 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
We had a time change, so I don't even know what it is
And
anymore.
then I might do yours tomorrow night as well. I'm not sure yet. I think I'm gonna kind of see if I'm doing my, because I need to really buckle down and do my audiobook. So I may like if I'm in the zone and I'm in the booth, then I probably won't make it. But if I'm like, oh God, I need help, I will.
You need help focusing? We're here. And
So
Esther's going to be
will be on
streaming.
there.
Yeah, we'll be streaming. We'll be around.
Yeah.
Follow us, guys. We're all linked in the description. You can follow us around here on YouTube and over on Twitch. And if you want a writing buddy to get some writing done with, you can come hang with us. So thank you guys. This was a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're almost done. All right, we're gonna say goodbye. That's my dog Loki. He knows. He's like, he heard it. He's like, "Up, it's time. It's time."
Too. They have
they
the
know.
radar.
The pets are like, "Oh, we hear it. They're winding down. It's time." All right, so we're gonna say goodbye with a little Loki. Thanks, everybody. See you in 2 weeks. Bye.